Greenland, a vast, icy island in the North Atlantic. In 2019, Donald Trump stunned the world by suggesting the US buy it from Denmark. Now, just days before his second term, Trump has doubled down on his rhetoric, even threatening military action to take it over. But why is Greenland so strategically important to the United States? And why does it keep making headlines? Greenland is the world's largest island, but its significance lies in its location. It sits between North America and Europe, making it a key strategic point in controlling the Arctic. The island, 80% of which is covered in ice, also lies along the shortest air route between the US and Russia, an important factor during times of military tension. Greenland has been home to the Inuit people for thousands of years. In the early 18th century, Denmark colonized the island, and it remains an autonomous territory under Danish control today. During World War II, the US recognized its strategic importance, building military bases there as Denmark was occupied by Nazi Germany. The most significant of these is Thule Air Base, established during the Cold War. It remains a critical part of the US missile defense system, monitoring Russian activity and protecting North America from potential attacks. As the Arctic ice melts, the region is becoming a stage for great power competition. Russia has reopened Soviet-era bases and established new ones along its Arctic coastline, deploying advanced weapon systems and conducting military exercises. The US, in turn, has sought to bolster NATO's Arctic strategy, but tensions with Russia are steadily rising. Any US move on Greenland could be interpreted as a direct challenge to Russia's Arctic dominance, potentially triggering a dangerous escalation of military activities in the region. Greenland's importance has only grown as climate change reshapes the Arctic. Melting ice is opening up new shipping routes, cutting travel time between Europe and Asia. At the same time, nations like Russia and China are expanding their military and economic influence in the Arctic, sparking concerns in Washington. Greenland is also sitting on vast untapped reserves of rare earth minerals, oil, and gas, resources that could become essential as global demand grows. For the US, control of Greenland would mean reduced reliance on China for critical materials used in technology, energy, and defense industries. In 2019, Trump's suggestion to buy Greenland was dismissed by Denmark as absurd. But now, entering his second term, Trump is taking a more aggressive stance, claiming that control of Greenland is non-negotiable for American security and economic interests. His administration has floated the idea of deploying more military assets to the region, sparking tension with Denmark and allies. Denmark, meanwhile, has vowed to defend Greenland's sovereignty, creating a potential flashpoint in an already fragile geopolitical landscape. Trump's renewed threats to use military action against Greenland could also provoke significant reactions from Russia and China. Russia, which has been expanding its military presence in the Arctic, may see this as justification to further militarize the region, escalating tensions and increasing the risk of conflict. Meanwhile, China, which has invested heavily in Arctic research and infrastructure, could view US actions as a challenge to its growing influence in the region. Both nations might see Trump's aggressive posture as an opportunity to criticize the US for hypocrisy on issues of sovereignty and territorial disputes. This raises a deeper question. How can the US justify such actions while condemning Russia for its annexation of Crimea or threatening sanctions against China for territorial claims in the South China Sea? The United States has long positioned itself as the world's moral authority, the so-called world police. But what happens when the police go bad? Actions like these could undermine America's global standing, erode trust among its allies, and weaken its ability to lead on the world stage. Greenland may look like a frozen wasteland, but it is a linchpin in the Arctic race for power, resources, and security. As Trump's second term begins, his renewed focus on Greenland raises big questions. Will the US and its allies find common ground? Or is this icy island set to become the next global battleground? Tell us what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more great insights on the topics that matter.